Welcome back. Northwell Health on Long Island recently announced it would drop out of the state health exchange in New York, citing enormous losses that had not been predicted or expected from joining the exchange. That's meant 126,000 policyholders will need to get new coverage when enrollment begins again next month. Well, what does it mean for rates, and are your premiums going up? How much? Well, joining us to help explain these impacts is someone who brokers health insurance for residents on Long Island, signing on to the health exchange and around the tri-state area. He is Jason Samel with JMR Insurance on Long Island. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Richard.
We had you on a year ago talking about some of the things we were worried about. First off, the first thing everybody wants to know is, what are my premiums going to be this year? Are the new premiums out yet, and what are they?
Well, yeah, the new premiums just came out just a couple of days ago. And for most people, you're talking about 10 to 40% increase.
10 to 40?
10 to 40. 10 to 20 for the lower price companies, 20 to 40% for the Empire, Blue Cross Blue Shields, or United Healthcares of the world.
But what does that indicate?
However, though, but folks that are earning less money, that get subsidies, their subsidies also went up this year to offset the increase in price of these premiums.
So is it fair to say then that people on the lower income side are okay this year?
Are less affected this year.
And the middle and upper class are going to be hit with some bigger premiums.
You got it.
Who's getting the 40%? I mean, why and why?
Well, Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield just switched from being an HMO to an EPO, where you don't need referrals to see specialists. So with that, plus the regular increases that they usually have year over year, they have about a 30 to 40% increase. They have a very large network, much larger than a lot of the other carriers out there.
And Northwell Health cited huge losses in dropping out. What were you hearing with their losses?
Well, they had hundreds of millions of dollars of losses.
Hundreds of millions. That was supposed to happen.
Well, no, it wasn't supposed to happen. The government was supposed to come in and give them a bunch of money that they never gave them.
So is it because the government didn't bring those subsidies, or is it because there's something wrong with the model that...
I think it's a little bit of both.
Right?
I think it's a little of both. I think it's that the government didn't give the amount of money to Northwell and to a lot of the insurers that they were supposed to give for these risk pools. And then in addition to that, it's that they took on too many sick individuals, and rates increased, and they lost a lot of money because of it.
Well, that's the reality of it. You know, that was what these health exchanges were supposed to help us deal with.
Yeah.
These continuously large premium increases and out-of-control medical costs. Has it helped in any way in that?
Well, we're still living in an unstable market. I mean, we're not going to talk too much about the government, but, you know, we're living in a very unstable market, insurance market.
You mean the debate going on in Washington about what in the world's going to happen?
Well, it affected rates. It affected rates. New York State specifically, because they were unsure if they were getting a certain amount of money from the government for cost sharing. They specifically added in extra premium to each company because of it.
And no business or health insurance company, certainly, where they have to risk what the losses might be, wants to deal with uncertainty.
Northwell's a big company. They make a lot of money. They have a great hospital system, but who wants to deal with knowing that they're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in exchange business every year?
But you know, even if I'm only getting the 10%, I'm not happy about 10%. That's a lot of money sometimes.
10% to a lot of people is a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And people are hurting, and you know, people are calling me up and asking me what the new rates are, and I'm letting them know, and they're like, how is that happening? Oh my God, yeah.
Now, what about these medium businesses that rely on some of these health exchanges they signed up with, like Northwell Health?
Yeah.
They're kind of in a dilemma, right? What are they going to do?
You know,
what kind of businesses are we talking about? Mom and pops, or something with 15, 20, 30 employees?
Everything from one employee to hundreds of employees, Northwell insured. So they're all right now scrambling to go and find new plans, because they're not being renewed if they lost their coverage. Sorry, if they renewed on December 1st, they're not being renewed. January 1st coverage is not being renewed. So everybody is going and scrambling to find new plans.
Well, Northwell Health has got some criticism and letters to the editor of the newspaper saying, you know, why did you abandon this system? But, you know, you kind of see both sides of it, too, because if you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars, how do you sell that to your board?
Right, and
your institution can take that much losses?
And did they abandon the system, or did the government abandon them?
Yeah, that's the debate.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, what are these people doing? And Northwell Health is not the only one, right? There are other people. How many total people have dropped out of the exchange?
Well, you're talking Northwell Health with about 125,000 people that are leaving, that are going to be dropped from their plans. Then you're talking Affinity Healthcare. It also just stopped offering plans in the New York State Exchange this year. And that's another pretty big hit. They were one of the lowest priced insurers out there. And you know, now people have to possibly pay more to get the same.
Well, give me the list. Who remains on the health exchange for New York State?
So in New York State, we were lucky in the first place that, lots of places say that they only have one insurer for each county. We had nine insurers in the exchange.
So that's high compared to some of these places that
very high compared to some others.
Where there's not a lot of options.
We have Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield, we have United Healthcare, we have Emblem Health, we have Health First, we have Oscar, United Healthcare, and Metro Plus, and Fidelis is all the remaining carriers.
So those are the people that you would be looking at.
Yes.
And so now I'm a person who maybe one of these companies says you're out.
Yeah.
Got to go find somebody else. I'm sure they're helping them. Northwell Health said they would to try to get them enrolled. But what are they supposed to do? Who do they call? What do they do? How do they find a new coverage?
Well, it's tough. The government, Donald Trump took away a lot of the funding for the navigators.
That was helping people figure out the program. Right. There's a lot of confusion about it at the beginning.
The navigators help people actually sign up for plans on the exchange. So they took away, I believe it was 50% of the funding for it, leaving a lot of navigators without jobs. So there's half the navigators, and there's only a few brokers left out there that are willing to help folks.
Yeah, and that's completely the debate with people saying, yeah, this program doesn't work, let's pull the help, and other people say it doesn't work because you pulled the help. That's the debate that's going on right now.
Right, they took 90% of the funding away for the advertising, so folks don't even know
to do it. So what is the deadline right now? Because that's coming up.
The deadline's coming up. Open enrollment begins on November 1st, and don't forget, this is super important, that folks don't realize open enrollment goes all the way through to January 31st.
So you have a little bit of time, but you got to get on this, folks. It's coming up very quickly, and some premium sticker shock coming. Jason Samel with JMAR Insurance on Long Island explaining what's going on. Thanks for the update, sir. We'll see what happens.
Thanks for having me.
And when we return, not here, that's what residents of one tiny Nassau County community are saying to an all-night convenience store.